The restaurant was glowing with warm Christmas lights, their golden reflections dancing softly across the polished wooden floors. Garlands hung from every corner, wreaths framed the windows, and a gentle melody of carols played in the background. It was the kind of place made for magical nights, for cherished memories, for love to bloom naturally. But for Emma, none of that beauty mattered. She sat at the table alone, her sleeveless green dress shimmering faintly in the warm light, her eyes fixed on the untouched glass of water in front of her. Her heart felt heavier than the quiet winter sky outside. Tonight was supposed to be different. Tonight was supposed to be special. Tonight was her Christmas blind date, the first one she had dared to agree to after years of loneliness. Emma had arrived early, nervous but hopeful. She had even bought a new dress, short and elegant, the kind that made her feel confident without trying too hard. She had carefully curled her hair, applied soft makeup, and convinced herself that maybe, just maybe, she was ready to let someone new into her life. But as the minutes passed, her hope slowly crumbled. Her date never arrived. Not even a text message, not even an apology. Just silence. The kind of silence that could break a person in ways words never could. She tried to look brave, tried to swallow the lump forming in her throat, but every passing second made her feel smaller, invisible, rejected. She watched other couples around her laughing, clinking glasses, whispering sweet things across candlelit tables. And she wondered what was so wrong with her that she couldn't deserve something as simple as companionship on a night like this. As she blinked away a tear, she suddenly heard a soft giggle. At first, she ignored it, assuming it belonged to a child from another table. But the sound came again, closer, brighter, and impossibly sweet. Emma finally looked up, and there she saw her, a tiny girl, maybe 3 years old, dressed in a fluffy red Christmas outfit, standing on the chair beside her table. In her little arms she held a worn teddy bear that clearly had seen many adventures. Her blonde hair was tied in a messy ponytail that bounced every time she moved. The little girl stared at Emma with sparkling eyes full of curiosity and innocence. There was something magical about her, as if she could see emotions grown-ups often overlooked. Emma sniffed and quickly wiped her cheek, embarrassed to be caught crying by a child. But the girl only leaned closer, smiling even wider, her tiny hands gripping the table as she studied Emma's sad expression. "Are you sad?" the little girl asked softly, her voice like a tiny bell. Emma forced a small smile. "A little," she admitted. There was no point pretending. Children always sensed the truth. The girl tilted her head. "Why?" Emma hesitated. How could she explain heartbreak to someone who still believed teddy bears could protect her from monsters in the dark? But the girl didn't look away. She waited patiently, as if Emma's answer mattered deeply to her. "Well," Emma whispered, "someone was supposed to meet me tonight. But they didn't come." The little girl frowned, clearly unable to understand why anyone would do such a thing. She carefully climbed down from her chair and walked closer to Emma's side, her tiny shoes pattering softly against the floor. Then, without hesitation, she wrapped one hand around Emma's arm. "You don't need them," the girl said firmly, with the confidence of a queen declaring law. "I'm here." Emma couldn't help it, she laughed. A real laugh, the first one she had let out all night. "You're here," she repeated playfully. "And what will you do?" The girl proudly hugged her teddy bear. "I can sit with you," she said. "I'm good company. Mommy says so." Emma glanced around and spotted the girl's mother a few tables away. The woman smiled apologetically but made no move to intervene. She seemed grateful that her daughter had found someone to talk to, and maybe she sensed that Emma needed it just as much. The girl climbed onto the empty chair next to Emma and placed her teddy bear on the table like a proper guest. Then she looked up with her bright blue eyes. "What's your name?" she asked. "Emma," she replied. "That's pretty." The girl nodded approvingly. "My name is Lily." "Lily," Emma repeated softly. "That suits you. You seem like a lily." Lily beamed, showing tiny teeth. "Thank you. Do you like Christmas?" Emma looked around at the lights, the decorations, the cozy glow. She had always loved Christmas, but tonight had almost ruined it for her. "I do," she whispered, "but It's been a hard night. Lily's smile faded for the first time. She placed her little hand gently over Emma's, trying to comfort her in the only way she knew how. Mommy says sad nights don't stay sad forever. Emma felt her throat tighten again, but this time not from pain. This time it was from the incredible purity of a child's heart. Your mommy is very wise, she whispered. Lily nodded. She says when someone is sad, you should share your teddy for a little bit. And without waiting, she gently pushed her teddy bear toward Emma. Emma stared at the little worn toy, stunned. It was clearly something precious, something loved. Lily. I can't take your teddy. You don't have to keep him, Lily said. Just hold him until you feel better. Emma picked it up slowly. It was soft, comforting, and smelled faintly of vanilla cookies. Holding the teddy was like holding a small piece of hope, something she had forgotten she needed. Lily clapped happily. See? You look less sad now. And she was right. Something inside Emma had shifted, the heaviness had loosened, the darkness had softened. The crushing sting of rejection had been replaced with warmth, with the gentle reminder that kindness still existed in the world, even in the smallest forms. For the next few minutes, Lily talked non-stop about her Christmas wish list, her dog named Coco, how she wanted to grow up and be a Dr. Princess, and how she believed Santa personally checked on children through snowflakes. Emma listened, laughed, and felt her heart mend slowly with each childish story. Finally, Lily's mother walked over, smiling apologetically. I hope she wasn't bothering you. Emma shook her head quickly. No. She saved my night. The mother's eyes softened. She has that effect. Lily hugged Emma tightly. Don't be sad anymore, okay? I'll try, Emma whispered, hugging her back. And as Lily walked away hand in hand with her mother, Emma realized something profound. Sometimes, healing doesn't come from grand romantic gestures or perfect dates. Sometimes it comes from the smallest people with the biggest hearts. Tonight may not have brought love. But it brought kindness. And sometimes, that is even more magical.